Start. Oh boy. Alright. Welcome back. This is a normal video. Once again. I don't know if I'll finish this today. So as you can see, right, the way that like big scenes like this are done, at least on my end, is I like 3D generated. Not generated as an AI. This isn't AI, please. It's 3D rendered in a rendering software. Generate now has a bad meaning. I forgot about that. Yeah. This is rendered in a 3D software because I have spent long enough on this, right? And I don't want to draw out backgrounds like that. I'm also not that good at drawing backgrounds in general. So yeah. Basically, I have these purely as like what's it called? What's its name? Purely as guides because I don't draw like this. These are just there to barely tell me where the people actually go, and I actually have to draw in all the guides myself. That looks horrible. So yeah, and then basically I'll just like erase the people from this image, and then I'll just like actually draw them. And then this is probably gonna take a way longer amount of time than any of this stuff, because I'm drawing a full body person. So yeah. Do feel guilty whenever I use like 3D software like this, because like technically speaking, I feel like this is like I feel like I could do this without it, but like it saves a ton of time. And I'm not a Hayao Miyazaki type where like any kind of like digital help is. Yeah, something along those lines. And then okay. Give or take. Here. Like that. And then here like that. It's clipping at the table a little bit. Yeah, and then I might try that like that, and then that like that, or something. And then have that go down here, maybe. Right. So yeah, I think that's about it, right? If I take this off, take this off. Okay, let me just remember. So this arm. Wait, no, hold on. Sorry. No. What is this? Oh wait, yeah, no, I remember. Yeah. So that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and that's the leg. Like that. Alright. Now then. I'm gonna draw out the skeleton, and yeah. Alright. Oh, hold on. Okay. So. Oh yeah, I already have the layer. So yeah, welcome back. Yeah, when it comes to like anatomy videos, I don't know if I'm gonna do that a lot. I purely just did that because I was kind of running out of time to upload, and then it still uploaded on the next day, and I decided that I was too tired to upload yesterday. So I decided against it. Actually, I think this needs to be a little bit higher. But yeah, so I might do anatomy videos like that again, but like I have to do this more often because the entire reason why I even have a channel is because I'm basically need the motivation to work and not slack off. Because there's nothing that like holds me to account. Is that how a... Hold on. Let me check. All right. Okay, so from this angle, well, it's actually not how that looks. Okay, so kind of figured. So here, here, here. Two, like that, and then yeah, and then that kind of goes here, and then this is where the hip joint connects, right? And then this kind of goes up like that, and this kind of goes up like that. Yeah, and then yeah, there's a massive spine here, but that's not particularly relevant to me. Here, like that, like that. Do. Here, and then, so yeah, there's actually like a little bit here, like that. Give or take. All right. Give or take. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm just drawing the hip bone. Is that what it's called? Technically speaking, like it's a bunch of bones in one. It's not necessarily one thing. Then ish, give or take, whatever, blah blah blah. At this point, I'm just adding details. Although actually that's supposed to be lower. That is actually not. It's supposed to be way lower. Actually, hold on. I'm not giving any kind of height to this, which is not correct. Should be all the way to here. Like that. Like that. Okay. Okay. All right. Here like that, and then let me just look at this, and then so the femur bone needs to go to here. To not what I meant. Yep, nicely up here, and then up here. All right. And then I also need to do this one, I guess. What does that look like in this? Okay, yeah, well, it's gonna be a bunch of stuff on top, so it's not as relevant, but it might as well. Starts right here, actually. Like that, and once again, most of that's going to be covered by muscle, so that doesn't actually matter all that much. Here we are, like here. Alright, now we got to move up to here and do all of these bones, so... Okay, actually need that center line. Ah, wrong thing. So here is that center line on the ribs. So now we can move this. All right. Yeah. By the way, this is basically just gonna be another anatomy video, I guess, because that's like the first half of this process. Like that, right? And if you remember, I said in my last video where collarbones lay kind of flat on the ribs, right? This is sort of what I meant, where from this angle right here, right, they're laying kind of flat-ish, right? They're not like upright like this, is what I mean, right? Where is that supposed to go to? No. Oh, okay. So these shoulders are actually way down. So yeah, collarbones do kind of outline the top of the shoulder. So, yeah, it's way down. Hold on, let me think about this. It's a little bit high. Okay, yeah. And then here we are, and sorta, kinda, like, no, that's not really how it works. So, kinda, sorta, we just kind of see this bit, and then it should kind of steer up to here, I guess. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, that's not as relevant of a bit, so it doesn't really matter if I'm like 100% accurate with it. So yeah, now I'm gonna draw the scapula, I think it was called. No. Yeah, and then the only purpose of this is obviously to line up the mid part of the deltoid. All right. So there's this, and it also sort of lines up the humerus. Here, like that. I think, oh no, that's just the angle. Okay, that's fine. But what it has to be is actually a little bit more back. So you bring it back a little bit here, because the scapula is actually behind this whole bit here. So actually what I need to do is I need to bring this forward from this angle. So yeah, and now this here. Like that, and then this here like that, and you sort of kind of see this bit here, but not really. Like that. Actually, I think I might have made that a little bit too low, but it's fine. And now, so yeah, here's the humerus. Where's the start and end point for that? It's supposed to go here, so I can actually just lower the opacity on this level. No, not that one. This one. Yeah. I was told recently that it's insane to try to like memorize what I have on this layer and then like just work off of that. And I do realize now that like in retrospect, yes, I could have just made the opacity of this really small and then just done all of this like a normal person. Okay, anyways. This is so much easier. These guidelines available to me. Is this how people usually go? That's incredible. Alright. Yeah, give or take. And it needs to extend here. Right, this is actually 2 bones in the forearm. So, yeah. I love how all of these bones took me less time than I usually take to like draw the basic part of the face. Wait, no, hold on. So, what needs to be considered here, right, is the fact that if I have the hand on the table like this, right, in theory, I don't want to have it like flat like this. This is just like for model reasons, right? But if I have it like, say, like a fist or something, sorry, like a fist or something, two, right? Not the greatest fists, but you get what I mean, right? If I have in like a fist or something, right? The issue is that the thumb is on this side, right? And the thumb is on the side of on the side of this bone here. So like this bone starts here, it has to end on the opposite side here, right? So it has to cross here, and then this bone has to cross over like that, right? So actually, I do need to consider that before I. What is this? Oh, I'm on Liquify. I was so confused there for a second. Okay. But yeah, I just need to consider that before I start anything. So, yeah. So yeah, fun fact: your bones in your arm do cross over each other when you, what's it called? When your arm, when your palm is down, your bones cross. Ain't that fun? Here, like that, and then like that. Do, and then do. Here. This is the smaller bone, so it's not actually that big of a deal. This bone here is the larger one, and it's the one that kind of makes up most of your elbow. Like that. And that should end on this side. Right. Wait, hold on. Okay, so let me just draw this one out the way that it's supposed to be, right? Does that just naturally cross over? I guess it kind of does. I want to make this a little bit more obvious, like that. maybe end in this, right? This, by the way, is if you have like a bony wrist, right? These are the two bones that make up your wrist. So, here like that, like that, right here. And then the hand is something that I'm going to save for later because I don't want to draw that now. Okay, it actually turned out not nicer than it usually does. Nice, okay. This here, I guess the humerus would be like about there, and then the elbow, like there, and then if I want it to go there, right, I can just have palm up. Masterful. Okay. Or actually, you know what? I can just change the position a little bit and just like have the hand hang off there and just kind of forget about it because I don't want to think about drawing this too much. I still have another whole person to draw here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the video once I like get this person to a certain point. Let me see. Yep, okay, so that is there. So yeah, the way this lower bit of the knee works is that there's kind of like a, I think it's kind of like a triangle shaped, like kind of like a rounded triangle, if you will, of a bone here. And that kind of goes down like that, and then that's your shin bone, or tibia, apparently, is what it's called. Right. It doesn't exactly, it's actually more like that or something, right? But for my purposes, it doesn't actually matter that much. Yeah, and then there's actually a second bone that's right here, and it's on the outside of your leg, right? And that is your fibula, I think. Let me check. Yep, fibula. Yep. So that kind of goes like that, and once again, none of this is going to be visible once I add in any of the muscles. But yeah, and then yeah, neck-wise, as long as it connects in the proper place, give or take, yeah, that's fine. Yep, okay, so that's just your spine. Technically, your spine has like little vertebrae thingies that can go off it, but I don't need to know that. Alright, now then, step 2, muscles. Alright. So yeah, usually when I do muscles, I like to start with the deltoid because it's easiest to do, and then I take this and I go here and like that. That's the mid section of your deltoid, right? And then you have the front section of your deltoid here, and it connects to here. That goes a little bit longer, and then you have the back section of your deltoid, which goes like that and goes like that, and it connects actually all the way down here. And then you have your bicep, so here, like that, oh boy, okay. Seems to go a lot further down, because I think I made this a little bit too long, actually. So that is a little bit of an issue that I'm facing. But I don't want to change it at this point because I am way too lazy. And it's not that big of a deal because people can have slightly longer arms. It's not the end of the world. Here is our pectoralis major. That looks like a horrible pectoralis major. Hold on. Here, let's give it some volume. Like that. And then like that. Technically speaking, it's supposed to reach down here, but I don't want to. And none of this matters anyways. Most of this is done for fun. And to waste some time, apparently. And because I have zero confidence in my skills unless I do this. Like, I don't have to do this. I have tried doing it without it, and it looks fine. Right? Like, I've tried drawing bodies without all of this. But I just never have the confidence to, like, really do that consistently. So, yeah. I'm stuck with this insanely long process now. Yeah. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. First, I need to figure out these lower muscles here. So, like that, and then like that. And then like that. And then just in general, the model that I'm using has very massive muscles just to make them stand out more. So I actually have to adapt it a little bit. Here. And now time for the, what's it called? For the muscles of the forearm, I guess, right? If you remember, if you watched the other video that I did on the anatomy of the neck and shoulder, right? I do go in a little bit into the arm anatomy, right? And I talked about how, like, I don't want to get into the what's the name, into the forearm anatomy. And the thing about this right now is because the forearm is twisted, everything is made infinitely more annoying. So this kind of goes down like that. And this forearm is also very, very long. But it no longer matters because that right there is done. And then, yeah, these muscles here are going like that, and then like that. Okay, so yeah, they layer on top like this. Maybe not quite that much, but sort of like that. Don't know if I'm liking how this is turning out. Okay, alright, so yeah, that goes from there to layering down here a little bit. Yeah. I'm kind of sort of making up half of this as I go along, just kind of like vibes based. Because this is not, like, I can't like freely move the model that I'm using, so I have to like kind of imagine some of these muscles in different positions. Yeah, sort of, kind of. Oh no, this joint is actually way too small here. Why is that? That is because I think I need to make this a little bit bigger here. How is that looking if I take this off? Not the worst. It could be better. It could be worse. It's fine. So, yeah. Here is the obliques. Literally just a line. And then just kind of a basic understanding of how the back looks is enough. Because, yeah. As long as I kind of sort of layer it like this. And then like that. And I sort of kind of remember that that goes kind of like that. Bam. Perfect. Incredible. All right. Oh, sorry. This is the spine. This is that part of the obliques. And now here goes this. This, by the way, isn't the obliques anymore, right? The obliques end like halfway here, right? And then this is actually just a bunch of back muscles. This is just kind of what they look like. So yeah, now here is this bit of the obliques. Do. Something's wrong, I can feel it. Hold on. Like that, maybe? Take this off, how's that looking? Ew, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. So I think one of the big thing that's messing up right now is this spine. If I get rid of it, like it was useful while it was there, and now I think it's getting a little bit in the way of my vision. What is this? When did I make that? What was that for? I remember. That's part of this for some reason. Oh, I was explaining the back muscles. That's why. That's why that's there. Okay, that's getting in a little bit in the way of my imagination here. So this actually needs to touch a little bit straighter, like that. And then the way that this works is that the problem is that basically think of me having a sheet. If this person's a sheet, right? What I'm currently having is them kind of like that, if you will, which isn't ideal. So basically this lower body is a little bit misaligned with this upper body. That's what I think is happening, at least. I think the solution to it is to maybe move this forward, but I'm not sure. Let me think. Because this isn't looking right. And yes, a lot of that is because I haven't added in the leg muscles, but I feel like it's more than that. Let me think about this. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, so what I actually did wrong is that these ribs are shaped a little bit incorrectly. Yeah, they're shaped a little bit incorrectly. Right, and that is sort of kind of getting in the way of this bit of the back muscle, and this front bit is also what's kind of worrying me a little bit. Because this only solves half my problems. This here. You know what? I'm just going to leave this alone and then hope that it works out in a little bit. Maybe it will. If it doesn't, I'll see what I can do to change it. Is that supposed to happen? Do it. Yes, it does. It's not ideal that it's happening. Also, this torso might be a little bit too tall, but at this point, I don't care. So, yeah, anyways. Leg muscles. How far down are these? That's a problem. Okay. I think this person is entirely... So I think if what I do, right, is I take all of this into one thing here. Okay. I think so if what I do is I take this handy tool and then just bring all of this up a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's enough. How does it look now? Yeah, fine. Yeah. Yeah, about how it should. Yeah, okay. And then I just very carefully shift it just to make sure that everything lines up. And now I need to do a little bit of editing here just to make everything look a little... Oh no, what have I done? A little bit nicer. And cleaner. So here is that. Where are the bones? Oh, I check them out. Okay. Should be a bone right there. Alright, yeah, and now I can add in the leg muscles, and now everything's looking a lot nicer. Okay. Alright, okay. Leg muscle time. These are fun. First time I actually say that unironically for this. Because these are actually a lot funner to do. So basically you get the sartorius muscle. It's like one of the 2 or 3 of these muscles that I actually know the names of. Connects here and here, right? And it comes from the hip. It goes all the way down there. But it's also slightly wrong here. Pretty sure. Yeah. And then once again, it connects from here to this bit down here. All right. Now what I do is I remember that there's something called, I believe it's a patella. Yeah, that's your kneecap, is what it is. Doesn't exactly look like this, but I'm just approximating it with a circle. Yeah, I don't like how this is looking. It's fine. It's not gonna bother me for very long. So yeah, there's that, and then yeah, basically I'm just going like this here. Not like that. And that actually connects to, yeah, that actually kind of like spirals out like that. Also connects there as well. Like that, and then this here goes all the way to here, like that, and then another bit here that connects like that, and it connects to, oh boy, it connects all the way to here, like that, And there's another bit here that connects to that goes kind of like that. And yeah. That all exists here as well. And yeah. And then let me just make a thicker line here just to make sure that I remember that these are two separate legs. I need to do the bottom of the leg here, and I need to do this bit here. This bit being just kind of like that, actually. So it's not that much. I'm practically done with the top part. Now onto the bottom part. All right. So first off, we do the glutes. So that goes here, like that. I certainly hope that this video doesn't get taken down for anatomy. That would suck. Because I feel like there's certain bits in this video that might look not great out of context. I don't know how good YouTube's moderation system is at catching that. I mean, I'll appeal it if anything happens, but I fear that I may have to. Basically, like, beg YouTube to believe me that, like, please, this is just what the human body looks like, please. And now, like that, and then there's actually way more to do here, like that. Like that. Now we have this bit here. It's kind of like that. And then this bit here, that goes kind of like that. And I think we're done, give or take. Maybe at most, and do I need to add that? What does it look like here? Oh, it's covered by the chair. Perfect. Incredible. Alright. So yeah, now here come the neck muscles that I gotta do. Maybe I'll make some stuff here. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay. So yeah. Once again, if you remember my last video, there's this bit. When it comes to neck muscles, there's kind of just like three that I actually need to know for the purposes of arts. So there's this one next to the sternum, right? Next to the sternum, and then under the collarbone, like that, and then that goes all the way up to here. So there we are. And from this angle here, actually I might want to kind of consider these a little bit, just to like have some guides for the trapezius. Again, something like that. And now, where the trapezius actually goes, so the trapezius actually connects to the back here, it connects to here, to here. It basically connects all along here, kind of. All right, and then even all along back there, but it goes outside of the scope of this perspective, so don't care about it that much. And then there's this bit of it that connects to there. Should be something like that, give or take. And now you might be thinking, oh, you're going to do a bunch of facial muscles, but no, I'm not that cruel to myself. Facial muscles are good when you are trying to figure out what an expression, like what expressions you can and can't feasibly do on a realistic looking character. But I am drawing cartoons, so it is not that big of a deal for me. Here. Like that. Maybe a little bit higher. Like that. Nice. Nice. Okay. And now I can take out this bit. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. And yeah. Nice. How long is it? Oh, 47 minutes? Really? Wow. That is impressive. Huh. You would think that'd take me longer. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn on the light really quickly. It's getting dark here because it's 2:30. Oh, it's just cloudy. Okay, never mind. Thinking maybe erasing this bit, tiny bit, and then this bit. Basically, just completely taking it out because I do not need it. Like, what if I just take out this? I'll take it out for now. I'll need it back in a second. Let me pull up the character page for this person. Oh no. Okay. Duck. Let me find it. That's not it. That's not it. Not it. Not it at all. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Okay, I just need this for the eye shape, because I want to start being more consistent with it. So yeah, here it is, and then yeah, it literally is just this. Here, and then like that. Now I want to make this a little bit thicker. I fear that I may have made this a little bit. Nope, that's big enough. Okay. I just thought I made it too small for a second. Is that big enough? Yeah, it sort of is. I think I might want to move it down a little bit, just like here-ish, give or take. That's bothering me. Yeah, and then How's that looking? Give or take. Okay, what expression is this person supposed to have? Let me remember. This person is supposed to have maybe a neutral expression. Oh yeah, by the way, after the last time I drew this, I really didn't like the way it looked. So I actually changed the eyes a little bit. And thing is, this is actually still not exactly right. And the reason as to why this isn't right, I'm just going off a side tangent, right? I actually figured it out pretty much like right after I drew it, which sucks. But I was like too lazy to change it at that point. So basically, what the issue is, right, is that the head, right, it's from a 3/4 perspective. The eyes need to be a little bit curved, right? So you need to have one eye here, right, and then one eye curved, right? Like you can't. This is supposed to be like looking in the same direction, right? But they're not on a straight line, right? So as you can see, this looks a whole lot better than this because this here makes the face look like a flat plane, which it isn't. So you need to be on a way more curved line in actuality. So yeah, that's the mistake I made here, and I hope to not repeat it. But yeah, I don't want to redraw it because it took me like 2 hours to get it to that point. What was I think I was just like going off side tangents for 2 hours actually, but you know, still. Maybe like that? That looks weird. Nope. That doesn't look right. That is cartoonishly happy. That's not supposed to happen. It's weird. I don't like that. I think I want to actually have it a little bit more receding. So let me just do that really quickly. Just a little bit. Nope. I think I can make this a little bit better if I add in the eyebrows, which I established would be like this. By the way, I need to change these. Okay, let me just remember how. This is so uncanny. But whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's all good. Nothing's that. It's not that terrible. Actually, this is actually not exactly right because it actually should be like more like that. Give or take. What am I missing here? Just throw that away. Yeah, maybe I don't want to recede as much actually as I thought I did. Yeah, I just want this back. And then that like that. And then okay, I need to make this a little bit cleaner. Okay, let me just try and draw this line here, right? I don't know. I feel like it could work, but I don't know if it gives the vibe that I want, you know? It's fine. Okay. Alright, time for the ear. Doo-doo. Give or take. Actually, what if I just take out this bottom bit? Like, it's not like it matters. Right, and then I think it actually looks nicer without it. Yeah, okay. I think this might actually be a little bit too far back, so maybe if I bring it forward just a little bit. Alright. And then I basically just take this and I like that, right? Then what I did is I did the hair. So do 1, 2, basically 1, 2, 3, and then this one here. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Gonna just extend that a little bit, and then this long one here. give or take. And there's this ugly strand of hair that I didn't like. This one right here, like that does not feel natural. I feel like I might want to erase it at one point, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, because like again, like this entire chapter, right, and just in general, this entire series that I'm doing, or not series, like maybe like multi-chapter work, right? I am doing it purely as a test and like as a, basically as like a first attempt, right? Like I'm not being overly, like I mean I'm trying my best with it, right? But like I'm not overly like perfectionist on it because, I want to just kind of like let myself explore it a little bit first before I like go all into it and like start being overly perfectionist about it. Yeah, I do like the way this space turned out. It does actually turn out. It turned out pretty nicely, I think. I don't think there's enough hair though. I think I could use a little bit more. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put the bones back, and then so yeah, I'm gonna put the bones back, and then I'm going to, what's it called? Oh, I need to do the hand as well. I just realized. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, actually, what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna take everything, right, and I'm just going to lower everything's opacity, right. You can put the bones back in. You can put this back in, really. Actually, yeah, I think I probably should. And just before I do anything, I'm gonna put this whole thing on here, and then I'm gonna just soft erase some of it. Let me just do there. Okay, and then just gonna soft erase this bit. Yep. Okay. I just need to make sure that I have the table where the hand is supposed to go. Yeah, I think this looks more or less fine. As you can see, like the legs actually kind of sort of followed the model, right? And then basically the one thing on the model that I didn't follow was the chest area, because for me that's way too thick. That's just not, like, this is really something you don't get with muscle, and I don't want to make this character overly buff. Cause yeah, I might add in some like fat and stuff later, because well, humans have fat, and that's something that I kind of need to consider, because I don't think I considered that enough here. Actually, I think I need to add in. I think that might have been actually one of the big things that kind of threw me off, is the fact that I didn't really consider fat that much. So I might have to do that. But yeah, but that goes down here. Up here is muscle, so this isn't a particularly buff character. So yeah, I do like this a lot more than what I had not generated, rendered is the right word, sorry. Rendered. And then obviously this face has a completely different profile. But yeah, okay, so let me just I think I'm making this a little too big actually, so if I go over to here, right, and then like that, Nope, that's not what I do. The greatest at drawing this stuff. Actually, yeah, I think these fingers might have outlined it a little bit better than I did myself. So if I just do that, and then I take this and go like that, and then take out this excess bit here, like that, give or take, and then I just need to make sure that I have a functioning palm here, and the thumb is on this side. Is that too big? Hold on. If I I think that actually genuinely might be too big, so if I just scale that down a little bit. It's a little bit too big. Yeah, I think that's alright. Something about it doesn't feel right. I think it's because this pinky is a little bit too thick, so if I just kind of like do that, like that, perhaps. Oh, that opens up a whole bunch of new issues, actually, is what it does. I think he's too long as well. That's not great. That's not great at all, but it'll have to do. something closer to that? No. This doesn't feel right. Something ain't right. But I can't exactly tell what that is. So I'm just gonna have to live with it for now. Maybe if I watch back the recording, I might like find something that I missed. I think something I did these collarbones wrong. I know that. Right? I just need to know exactly how I did them wrong. Like I know where the issue is. I just don't know what it is. It'll figure itself out at some point. That wrist is also wrong. See, it's supposed to go up like kind of this, and then like that. Something like that. I'll figure it out in a second. Yeah, so this is too long. It needs to be, like, the wrist needs to be here. So I'll just put that line there just as a reminder, and I'll do that later, hopefully. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to do the fat. I'll do that in a second. This person looks like he's starving, my goodness. Yeah, so I'll actually just do that maybe now. So, here it is. Do. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, just dealing with it here. Like that. And like that. Like that, maybe? Something is wrong. Once again, but I can't exactly tell what it is. That's not... Okay, so something about this fat distribution is a little bit wrong. I don't know. I don't know if that's right. I'll figure it out. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Okay. No. Knees are hard, my goodness. I don't like this. I don't like this entire lower body. I hope clothes are gonna cover it. Okay. This is an issue. How bad does it look without? Oh, it's an abomination. Oh, I need clothes on this as quickly as possible. Okay, that looks horrible. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I should just stop here for now. This is a good, decent stopping point. Like if I was to, where should I feel like I should like start like kind of stopping this a little bit. So if it's a decent stopping point for this, because like yeah, doing the clothes, it's too much of a commitment. Hold on, let me think. Oh yeah, I think I know what the problem here is. I think my hips are, first of all, like they're kind of shifted this way a little bit, right? And that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, and then I guess if I like was to maybe add in some fat here. That would be where it would kind of go, I think. I'm very unsure about this. That doesn't look right. Maybe if I take this out, and then I kind of like just maybe like that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you know what is actually a pretty big issue? I didn't, these legs here need to be more like this. Yeah. Probably draw a little bit off camera just to like, maybe, I don't know. Don't love this knee. Yeah, I feel like this should be like kind of like a bit here or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like, this just looks so horrible without all the anatomy. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as it could. Like, it could be worse. I'm just gonna end it here for now. Thank you for watching. Next time I'll probably finish this up and then maybe I'll probably finish this up and then maybe I'll start the other person that's supposed to be here. This person. So hopefully, thank you for watching. Bye.